Good morning, everyone. This is Jothi, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, JJ College of Arts and Science, Pudukkottai. So today we are going to discuss about the important concept file handling in Python. So first of all, what is file? File is a sequence of bytes on disk where a group of related data is stored. Or simply we can define that file is a stored information. File is a ready-made structure. So where we can store data permanently. Then file can be created in a secondary storage device. So where if you want to have, you can access it. And for handling files, there are three steps involved. The first step is opening the file, and the second step is once you open the file, then you can do processing. The processing can be either reading the file or writing the file. Once the processing is over, then you have to close the file. So these three steps we must do compulsorily. First opening the file, then second one doing processing, that is reading or writing, and third one closing the file. In opening the file, we must specify the mode in which we are going to handle the file. Here the mode specifies, so this is the syntax. The mode specifies whether we are opening the file for reading or writing. So let us see in detail about the file processing mode. So these are some of the modes that we can follow in Python. So first mode is R. So here you can open the file in read mode. Suppose if the file that you want to access is already existing, then you want to read the content from the file, then you can go for this mode, R mode. This is only for reading. The next one is W. This mode is used when we want to create a new file, or if you want to recreate the existing file. In two ways you can use this. That is, if the file already existing means, then you can delete all the content from the file and you can recreate the file and you can access it as a new file. Similarly, if the file is not existing, then you can open the file as a new one. Then next one is X mode. This X mode is for exclusive creation. That is, if you want to create a new file, then you can use this. Suppose the file is already existing, means this operation will fail. So only for creating a new file you can go for this mode. Then A. This mode is used only for append mode. So append mode means you can add the content into the existing file. So the file is already existing. So if you want to add more number of data into this, then you can go for append mode. Then next T and B. So where we use this is, the file can be classified into two types. One is text file, another one binary file. So if you want to handle all the content as a text, then you can create the file in text mode. So content existing in the file is only in the form of text. And if you want to create a file with the non-text information, say for example for creating an image or any other non-executable content, then you can use this B mode. So B mode is for handling binary file, and in addition to all this you can have a plus mode. Here you can do updation. This updation means you can do both the reading and writing. So you can use plus if you want to add anything into the existing file. Similarly, at the same time, if you want to read the content from the same file, then you can use this updation mode. Right, in append mode, what we have said is, if you want to add some additional information into the existing content, then you can go for append mode. So the file must be already existing. So that is specified here. Then write mode, the important thing is, if you use it for the existing file, then the content will be cleared. So the existing content cleared, and you can create it only as a new file. So we have to be very careful in using this write mode. Then binary file, as I said earlier, it is similar to the text file only, but it handles non-text files like images and executable files. So these three things you must be in mind. Then now let us see how we can use the open function. So open, there is a built-in function open. Using that only we are going to open the file. So the first step involved is opening the file, and this can be handled using the open function. So if you want to access the file for reading or writing for all types of operation, we can first open the file. So already I told the open function consists of the syntax like this. So here you have to specify the name of the file. After that, the mode, in which mode you are going to access the file, and this function will return some address that will be stored in the left hand side file object. So this is a file pointer where the address of the file is created. So using that file pointer only you can access the file. So first step involved is opening the file. So you can open the file either in read mode or write mode. So here are some example. First example is just we have given the name alone. So this says that the file is already existing and you are going to read the content. So here the default mode is read mode. And the next thing is some path is given. So the file readme.txt is available in Python folder, and this folder is existing in the C drive. So if you want to give a complete path of the file where it is existing, then you can use this option. But here you have given only the name of the file. So this says that the file is existing in the current directory. Where you are working, in that same directory the file is existing. But here the file that you are going to access is existing somewhere else. So this is given here. So in this case you must specify the complete path. So here some more examples. First one, the file with no mode. So it is by default it is read mode, and also the type of file is also a text file. Then in second case you are going to create a file. So this creates a new file. So if it is already existing, then it will create it as a new file. The next one is it is a image file. So in the previous example it is a text file. So by default it is in text mode, but here it is a image file. So you can process the image file. Then you can specify the type of the file is binary. So here two more modes are given. First one is R, so you are going to read, and second one plus, so you can update the image also. Then the third one is it is a binary file. Then here in the next example also you have given the plus mode. So you have created a file in W mode, and if you want to do some updation, then you can go for using plus. So if you have not specify this plus, then you can do only writing, you cannot read it. But here both permissions are given, read and write. Then so these are the clear explanation about the file. So here f is the file pointer and open is a function used for opening, and this is the file that we want to handle. It's a text file, and read and write permission it is given by the plus. And if the file does not exist, then in that case it will be created as a new one. But if it is existing, means it will be recreated. That is an important thing. So now let us see the example closely. So in the first line we have opened a file in write mode with the read permission. So here plus denotes both permission. Then in the line 3, so it's a for loop. So using for loop, what we are going to do is we are going to write content into the file. So this is for how we can write the content into the opened file. So the file is already opened in write mode. So you are going to write the content using the write mode, write function. There is a function known as write. Using that you are going to write the content. And the important thing is, after writing the text into the file, then you must close it. So that is the format for open function. And there is another alternative function known as with open. Here you need not specify the close function. That is, you can open the file in write mode, and the name of the file is raw.txt, and this file this operation will return a file pointer which is f, and these are the processing steps. So you are writing 3 lines of text into the file. So once the processing is over, and one more thing, the encoding thing. So the encoding format is a Unicode text formation. So here it is the default encoding format. So if you omit it, automatically it is taken as a UTF format. And if you want to specify, you can include. So this is the optional one. And with the open, you must know that the file need not be closed using close operation. It can be closed automatically. Once the processing is over, automatically it is closed. That is the important thing. Here we have to specify. So there are two functions for handling the file, for opening the file. One is open function, another one with open. The main difference between open and with open is, when using open function, you must compulsorily close the file after doing processing. But with the open, you need not use the close operation to close the file. It is automatically closed once the file operation is over. Then the next processing is reading the file. So already we have specified R is the mode for reading, and this is the encoding format. And here there are two functions we can use. One is the read function, another one readline function. So using read function, you can use two different types of reading. One is, can specify the argument. So how many number of characters you can process, you can read, so that you can specify within the read function. So here the argument 4 says that you're going to read first 4 data, and after that when you use the same read operation, then it denotes that the next 4 data you're going to read. Suppose if you omit any argument, then it says that it reading in the rest till the end of the file. So you can read all the data one by one till the end of the file reached. And this is the different format of read functions. So using read function, you can read specified number of data, or can read all the data. And a read line is another function. Using that, you can read individual lines of file. So every line, if you want to read, then you can use read line. So first read line will read first line. The second read line function will read the second line. In this way, if the file consisting of 5 lines of a statement, then you have to use 5 read line function. So this is the important thing. Then closely we can see the example. So here the file is opened in read mode, and here the same example, read 4. So this reads the first 4 lines of coding. So in the previous slide you may see the content. So this is the content the file contains. So from the first my first file, so the content starts from here. So it consisting of 7 lines of text. So if you read using this, the first 4 letter will says that my space f. So this reads the first 4 letters. The next read will read the next 4 letters, IRST. The next will read the entire read, because no argument is here given. So it reads from the 9th character to the end of the characters. So this is a thing you can see in the slide. Now see this example. This is using read line function. So first read line will read the first line of text. Second read line will read the second line of text. So in this way you can read the entire file using the different read line function. So you can see the output in the next line for every read. So what you will get can be seen in the next line. Okay, fine. This is the example for reading the whole file line by line. How we can read the whole file line by line. So here you can use a for loop, and the file is opened in read mode for x in f. So this says that you are going to read each and every character from the file. So print x this print all the character that existing in the file. So you can see this. So simply 3 lines the file is consisting of. So first line opening the file in read mode, second and third line will repeat the character. So it reads all the characters one by one and it is printed. So in this way also you can read the whole file line by line. Now we are going to see the another type of accessing. That is, first type of accessing is sequential access that we have seen earlier. So we can use a read function or read line function. Using that you can read all the characters from the file one by one. And this is a random file is just a contradiction to this. Here we need not access the entire file sequentially. Here we can read the content that we want. So at random we can access the content from the file. So no need to access the records of the file sequentially. So when you want to read the entire content, then only you can go for the sequential access. If you don't want to read the entire content and you want specific data, then you can go for random access. Here there are two functions for using random access. One is fseek, another one that is a file seek, and another one is tell. So this seek is used for positioning the pointer where we are going to read, and this tell function is used for finding out the exact position where the file pointer is existing. So see in the format of a seek function, here some address is given, it is given as offset, and from equal to some position is given, from which position we are going to read the specified content. So this is the syntax for a seek function. So first offset, this denotes the address where we are going to read, and from which direction or which position we are going to refer it, either from the starting position or from the current position or end. So three things you have to use. And ftell is a function which is used for telling or returning the current position where the file pointer is existing. So when you use this, suppose if the file pointer is at the fifth record, then it will return the position as 5. And the last step in the file handling is closing file. So as I said that every file that we have opened for processing must be closed at the end. So after processing or reading or writing, we must close the file. So this close will free up the resource that we have tied with the file. So what are the resources we have already used that has to be cleared. So this is done by the close method. So every file that we have opened either in read mode or write mode must be compulsorily closed using this. So this will free up the space that is used for that file. And Python has a garbage collector. So even though Python has a garbage collector to clean unreferenced object, we must close it. So that is a thing. And one more function we have used for opening is with open. So when we use with open, you need not close it. So once the operation is over, it is automatically cleared. That is also we must use. So see this example. So we have opened the file for reading. So fread will read the content. Then another thing, after reading processing over, then we have to close the file. So the example says how we have closed the file. And this slide says that sometimes error may happen, exception arise while handling the file. The file may not be opened in a particular mode, or something may happen while processing the file. So in that situation, the error may do the operation abnormally. So in order to avoid such a scenario, we can use the exception handling. So we can open the file within a try block, and we can do all the processing. Once the file is over, then automatically we can close the file. So here you can see the example. So all the file operations given within try, and the file closing is given in the finally block, because once the processing is over, finally it reaches the finally block, so where the file is closed. So if any error occurs during this, then automatically it is thrown to the catch block. So catch block will make the abnormal situation into a normal situation, so that the program may not be halted abnormally. So for this purpose only we are using exception handling. So this is also I already referred. So with the open statement, you need not specify the close function, because sometimes we may forget to use the close function. So in order to avoid such a situation, we can use the with to open instead of open function. So we are guaranteeing that the file is properly closed when exception is arise. So sometimes the exception arises, we may not say that the file is properly closed or not. So in that situation, the content may be corrupted. So to avoid this, we can use the exception block as well as with the open statement, then the content will be safer one. So in this video, we have given so many information relating to file handling. So I hope you all understand. Thank you.